You're listening to the Last Man In podcast. Covering Winnipeg hockey and the NHL.
Scheifele dances his way in. Scheifele scores! Blake Wheeler finds the far corner. And the Winnipeg Jets win it in overtime.
Woo, woo, woo.
Dan, are you okay? You're yawning pretty.
I'm tired.
Yeah?
No,
Are you tired of no hockey? Because I am.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That's why I had to fill the void and buy myself a USA World Hockey shirt, World Cup of Hockey shirt.
You know who's not going to be on Team USA for World Cup of Hockey?
I know.
Alex Galchenyuk.
Oh.
Oh, I forgot about Phil Kessel, him too. But we've talked a lot about him on this podcast.
I went to go buy it all. Actually, Andrew, he listens to the show, and I do have to say...
Friend of the show,
Andrew.
Friend of the show.
Works at Jets Gear, and he's like, you know, Kessel's not on the team. I was like, don't talk about it. Shut up. And he's like, well, it's not a player team. I'm like, I'll still buy it. It's freedom. I feel extra special. Yeah. No, but Andrew pointed out, I told you guys, I don't know if I told you already, but the Jets jerseys that we were talking about.
One second before you go on that. Last Man in episode 106, if you didn't know already, by that awesome intro from friend of the show, Nick.
There
from
you go.
Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
So, Cam, continue on the Jets.
Sorry. Jets jerseys for next year, the Heritage Classic, because they're a specialty jersey, a special edition. There's a specific word. I know Andrew's probably yelling at his whatever he's listening
Specialty.
to. Specialty jersey. You're allowed to wear it 3 times. Once for the event and then 2 times after. But the rule is you're only allowed to wear it in a one-off game, either when that team, say Minnesota flies to you for one night and they're back home, or you're flying to Minnesota for one night. I'm just using Minnesota as the example. One night and back. Reason being travel costs, because of the you have to bring 2 sets of equipment. Both teams have to have that.
So you can't do it so it can't be a road trip.
It can't be a road trip because they have to bring 2 sets of everything.
So the team coming in can't be on a road trip. So
it's probably a one-game road trip.
So it's probably going to be Minnesota both times.
Or,
Minnesota, Calgary, Chicago. Yeah.
For instance, I believe it could be totally wrong, but
I will look it up.
Nashville is here in November, right after Winnipeg plays them in Nashville. They come back here for Sunday. I believe they're back home in Nashville for their next game. I could be wrong about that, but
I think one was in January and one was in March, but I don't remember.
It's just like it has to be a one-off, but
it has to be a one-off.
The 2 have to come. Oh wait, yeah, November. That worked great. Never mind, because I was gonna say the game. I kept forgetting, because I've been shooting texts around to people I know who have tickets, and I'm like, hey, can I get tickets to the? I just want to see the Oilers. And I was like, can I get tickets to the 23rd? And I literally, one of them was a response, fuck yourself. And I was like, what? They're like, that's a Heritage Classic. I was like, oh, right. So I'm trying to get Oiler game for later. Speaking of Oilers, Taylor Hall got traded there. Traded away.
Traded away.
Number 9 for the Devils.
Yes, that was confirmed a couple weeks ago.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing that to
Did you also know the Jets got new seat colors for the MTS Center?
Yes.
I haven't seen the arena yet. No, but I've seen a real...
It's only Upper Bowl so far.
But they're going to have the whole thing.
They're going to have the whole thing done, but when I was there for the Tragically concert...
Is that why when we went to Blink-182, all those extra seats were out? We went
that
to Blink-182...
would make so much more sense!
how the first 7 rows can come out for events?
They're collapsible? They were gone. They weren't even there.
They were gone for the concert. They weren't even... And the boards were still in, though.
No, because they were out for HIP and they hadn't been done yet.
So maybe they were just doing
It's just Upper Deck that's done so far.
Weird.
But it's probably more now that we're talking.
How do they do that? Just reupholstered?
It's
do
just
they do
reupholstered.
it in the arena?
Yeah, they just do it on the seat. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I'm not an upholsterer person. I don't know.
We should get an upholsterer person up on this podcast.
We could get a lot of people.
We could.
But we're just... quote-unquote
dudes.
bloggers that don't really know anything about anything.
I don't blog.
We're not.
Voice,
what are you talking
we're
about?
voice vodcasters.
Casters?
Cast.
So what's on the show today other than us talking nonsense, of course, is Jimmy Vesey watch, as today he officially became a UFA, as well as KHL came down with a suspension for our favorite talking point. And last but certainly not least, Ottawa Senators came out with a huge announcement today that everyone was waiting on pins and needles for, and it was rather...
anticlimactic.
Exactly.
A bit of a letdown.
Extremely a letdown. So let's first get to Jimmy Vesey and Vesey Watch 2016.
Well, the teams that have allegedly announced that they've interviewed him or are going to interview him Bruins, obviously. Jersey, Rangers, Leafs, Hawks, Flyers, Penguins, Islanders.
Fuck the Hawks. Wait, are we talking about the Blackhawks or the Nighthawks?
Whoa, yes. We'll get on that for a second. Did you see all the names that Las Vegas bought all the what do you call that on the internet?
The rights?
No, but the title of a
Oh,
website.
yeah, I know what you're saying.
Domain.
Domain, yeah.
They bought so many domains with Nighthawk, Redhawk, all this stuff. Maybe they're interviewing him. I don't know how he wouldn't have a good season next year. He's training. I guess he'd automatically get to go to the All-Star game, though, technically. On a technicality.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, no.
We'll get to the name game in a bit. Here,
oh, yeah, but Chicago, I don't want him to go to Chicago. If I could, I'll round out a top 3 of teams I actually would like for him to go to, because I don't completely hate it. Or, Toronto is got to be number 1 pick. I'd love to
over
see
the Flyers?
Flyers have a lot of logjam everywhere. Yeah. And I don't know if how they can they can afford a rookie contract, but he's going to walk after that because they're going to have to re-sign. I'll put the Flyers as number 2, but I can't see him winning that battle because he wants to win, right? I don't get it why. I still don't understand why he walked away from the Preds. They were literally offering him a top 6 scoring winger spot, which is exactly in his demands. Mm-hmm. And they were like, no, we'll give you a max contract and everything. You're on the team. We're growing. We're going to be a bigger team. You'll grow with the team. And we're
Is this guy worth the hype? He's never even played a game. Put him in your top 6 right away?
He's like Justin Schultz, in my opinion. I think he's the next Justin Schultz.
And look how that
he hyped it too much. The hype is a lot.
But who hyped him? Himself or media?
Two-way street.
I think part of it is the fact that he was drafted, played 4 years of college, was the captain of Harvard, and also won the Hobey Baker this year. That's where the hype comes from. A lot of it was driven because a lot of people thought that he was a successful player, but it was because you had a guy that was having a Hobey Baker campaign, unsigned, and going into his last year of eligibility to be signed by the team that drafted him. That's where the hype train came from. I don't know if it's Vesey himself, but that's where it started. And obviously, he didn't want to play for the Predators, didn't want to play for the Sabres. So now it's where does he want to go? And on that note of not wanting to play for the Sabres fans and media are just ostracizing him for his right to choose not to play for the team. It'd be the same as if you had any other UFA. It was not his choice to go to Buffalo. It's not like he was trade me there from a no-trade clause and then not sign there. That'd be a douche move. This is a guy that didn't have a say where he went and didn't want to play there and is exercising his options.
Did he get drafted by Buffalo?
He got drafted by Nashville and then Nashville traded his rights to Buffalo.
So, once again, he's exercising all of his rights that are in the parameters of the Players Association to do what he's doing right now. Mm-hmm. He's fielding offers.
But, okay. But you can see, okay. I'm just going to throw this out there. See, and maybe you'd feel differently, but if Kyle Connor came back from... A lot of people thought he should have won the Hobey Baker. A lot of people thought he was snubbed.
For sure.
So if he comes to Winnipeg and says, I don't want to play here, would you be mad? I get that he was drafted by the Jets. I get that. But would you be...
Yeah.
Because Vesey didn't want to play in Nashville either, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Vesey also...
So how would Jets fans feel if he came here and said, no, I'm just going to go look, see what's out there?
Yeah, then I would be upset. Yeah,
so I can see why people are not happy
of course. But
about it.
To call him a no good kid, well, obviously no one's saying that, but one of the guys in the media for Buffalo said you talk to any veteran that's been in the league for 6 to 7 years, obviously I'm paraphrasing, and they think his decision's a crock, which isn't true because you look at any player that's been in the league 6 to 7 years, they've gone through one RFA period and potential UFA period where they've had the right to choose. Any player in his UFA year, or most players, have a choice where they want to go. Steven Stamkos had a choice where he wanted to go, decided to stay in Tampa Bay. People would ostracize Blake Wheeler if he decided to not stay here, but at the end of the day, it's his decision. And Winnipeg Jets fans would eventually come to terms with that. Mm-hmm. It's the same with, I don't hear a lot of people getting mad about Andrew Ladd leaving because he would have commanded too high of a price and didn't fit into the team's future plans from the views of the fans. And if Jimmy Vesey got traded to the Winnipeg Jets and we're in this position right now, obviously we'd be pissed off that we miss out on Jimmy Vesey, but at the same time, we have to understand that he's exercising his right as an NHLer to look at the market.
And also look at the Buffalo Sabres had his rights since the draft.
And couldn't get anything done.
So it's like, maybe look inward too. Like they had a full, 2 months, a solid 2 months where they just exclusively could talk to him. Couldn't come up with anything.
Well,
But then again, you look inside.
Maybe
look at the
they did
contracts
come up
already-
with lots, and he just said no.
This
That
is
too,
the
of
this is
course.
the same GM that was upset that he got to pick Jack Eichel instead of Connor McDavid.
Yeah, that's because he wanted the 80% of McDavid instead of a 20%. No, he wanted the 20% of McDavid over the 80% Eichel. Yeah, he tossed the season to have a 20% chance instead of an 80% chance at another player.
Yeah.
Obviously, my percentages are way off, but we all knew if once McDavid went, Eichel's next.
Yeah.
So
What was...
I cracked the Heritage jersey case.
Okay.
They're wearing them January 9th against Calgary and March 19th against Minnesota.
and is
Okay,
it
cool.
at home both times?
Yeah,
Okay, sweet. That'll be
Wait,
awesome.
when is the Calgary one?
January 9th.
January 9th.
I should go to that one, too.
Tickets.
Well,
Okay.
I might not be here, so
You're right. So
we'll see. Nonetheless, yeah, I like that view that you took, actually, saying that how would we feel as Jets fans, how would you feel as a Flyer fan if he went to Philadelphia, didn't sign there? I'd feel a little bit upset if he got traded to Toronto and they couldn't get anything done, considering the fact that his brother is part of the organization. His dad's part of the Boston Bruins
someone
organization.
in his family's in with the Rangers too.
Okay.
So those are the three big teams
Yeah.
that are like, do you pick family or do you pick fit?
So maybe
is what
it's-
people were saying. But Toronto is also a great fit.
But more
I
often
think.
than not, when a young guy holds out, it's usually the parents usually are heavily involved in the reasoning why.
Yeah.
Or the
I would agree with that.
organization, San Diego Chargers, Joey Bosa, but I digress. Oh my God. Fill everyone in real quick. The San Diego Chargers have had 5 players that they've drafted hold out on their, or traded for, hold out on contracts for them. 5 in the last 2 decades.
Is that
That's-
because they're going to move?
That's because they're an awful organization.
No.
They're not a
Quote
very
me.
well put...
Quote me. Awful
Not a
organization.
very well put together
They're
front
not.
office.
Financially not. They're not. And they might not be there next year.
Yeah.
So.
But anyways, yeah, I'd be pretty pissed if the Flyers if the Flyers were in that position. So I understand. I don't think
would
it's
you not
well
put a li-
warranted that.
Would
the
you
way
not
that-
put... Sorry to interrupt you,
No.
but would you not put some of the onus, as you said earlier, on the management?
Yeah. Oh, I
Like,
well,
it has to go on management at
that's
some
what I'm
point.
doing because they're the guys on the front lines. They're doing it. So
Because
yeah.
it is partly Tim Murray's fault and Poyle's fault that these guys didn't actually get signed on those teams. Some fault has to go there instead of falling all on Jimmy Vesey. Correct?
Yeah. Oh, most certainly.
Would anybody go after, I think people would go after Shanahan or Lamoriello if it was Toronto. I think the same would happen here on, his name's escaping me.
Kevin Cheveldayoff.
Cheveldayoff, if that happened.
People would say you didn't do enough to keep him,
Exactly.
not knowing the details.
And I think that would happen the same way with Kyle Connor. If it came down to, we can't keep him, you didn't try hard enough. But, Connor's under contract and Roslovic's under contract with us.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're really...
And the
in
blame's
that
always going to
situation.
fall on the GM too, right?
Wait.
That's always the
Roslovic's
first.
not under contract.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yes.
Right, because he signed to London. Cameron, how long of an offseason has it been? Sorry.
Too long.
Yeah.
It actually felt so much longer this year. I'm not going to lie. It just has... There hasn't been, great... Because as much as hype as there was leading up to, the actual free agency, it wasn't anything crazy. One of the big free agents at the time was Radim Verbata. He finally signed with Arizona for a 1-year
1
deal.
year, $1
$1
mil.
And he was making $5 beforehand.
Well, that's
and
Vancouver.
Yeah, but that was a Vancouver contract.
They were trying to replace... I
Kessler?
don't... Yeah.
Anything.
Anything.
Anybody.
Anything in that organization.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
That's an interesting
Hey,
one.
at least they didn't re-sign him for $4 million a season.
Yeah. And the guy that he's going to replace, I guess, in Arizona went to Anaheim today.
Antoine Vermette.
For Matt.
Right, 2 years
2
for the
years.
Ducks.
Interesting stat.
375,
Interesting-
right? Or 175.
Total. Yeah, no, 3... What do we
Really?
got here?
That's
3.5 total,
Yeah,
1.75
5
per.
season.
2 years.
Interesting stat I saw today. Andrew Cogliano, he's the 4th youngest forward on Anaheim. He's 29. That's an old team, forward-wise. D-wise, they're younger.
Wait, who's the youngest forward on Anaheim?
I don't know.
Let's
Probably
try-
Jakob Silverberg. at 20,
Right.
23 or 24, I believe.
God. Oh, no.
I'm sure we have somebody listening right now that knows his actual age is yelling at us, and we'll
I'll
ask him
look,
today at hockey
I got it.
how old Jakob Silfverberg is. But I guarantee it's old. That is an old lineup. But granted, they're all 29, probably early 30s
That
for their
window's
forwards.
slow.
I'm just saying, in a couple of years, if they
closing.
still haven't won a Stanley Cup, which they probably won't, they're gonna get shit on
Hey,
again.
Dan, how dare you? You know how you win Stanley Cups?
Bring back Teemu Selanne.
Oh,
That and
I see
goalie
how they're
controversy.
playing it. They don't have the ages on their roster on their website.
Go to
Most teams do.
way.
go to general manager. It'll say all their ages,
I'm gonna
all the
say-
ages.
Oh, you know what I did today again?
What'd you do today?
I was talking about rosters and the cap, and I was like, yeah, go to cap.
Oh,
Ah,
yeah.
general
Still hurts,
manager. Still great, but
It's not Cap Geek.
well, it's getting there. It's gotten way better.
It's
But-
gotten better, but
my heart still
Something
was so good. It ended so many arguments so fast. I'm like, yeah, go cap geek, dick, go. I had them for you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Do we got the
go
ages?
check out general.
Oh, he's loading. He's
Okay.
loading. We'll go.
To move on from there,
Wait, Jimmy Vesey. Pick the team
Continue.
you want him to go to.
I want him to be a Toronto Maple. Well, yeah,
Pick
Toronto
two
Maple
teams. Pick a one team yes, one team no.
Toronto and Boston as a new.
Okay, Dan. Jimmy Vesey yes, Jimmy Vesey no.
I quite frankly don't care where he goes.
Well, then
and
your pick's going to be right. So
Um,
here we go.
not Chicago. 'cause
Yay!
They
That's
get
the-
everybody.
Okay, then who's the
I
yes?
hate how Chicago. Yeah, we're $3 million over the cap. Yet they're always in on every big free agent. Always.
They make it happen. And
Actually,
who's the yes?
Detroit has.
Who's the yes?
Detroit's negative $4 million right now.
Good, I'm
Who are the
glad.
options?
Boston, Jersey, Rangers, Toronto, Pittsburgh, Philly, Islanders.
Jersey. They deserve it.
No, you're the devil. Oh, I didn't plan that, but you're the demon. My
I just
yes,
got that.
yeah, I didn't even think of that. My yes would be Toronto. My
Over
no,
Philly?
what?
Over Philly.
There's not a fit there. If he's looking for fit, sure, I'd love to have him. I don't know where he'll fit. Sure, they'll make room, but Konechny's got to fit somewhere too. The fit's not right. Toronto, yes. My no, the Rangers. Please, no. Just don't do it. Don't do it, Jimmy. Whatever family member is there, sever ties now. Block them from your phone. Do whatever you're doing. Guys, did you see Team North America?
No.
I've
not heard of this
Their
team. Who's
jerseys?
Team North America?
like the under-23s.
For what?
The World Cup of Hockey.
What?
Fuck you. Get out of here. Ah, I'm using one of my swears up already.
Ricard Raquel is 23. He's the youngest.
What? How old is Jakob Silfverberg?
25.
25.
Oh.
He's the youngest forward. The youngest D.
Raquel.
Their D are all
Younger.
22, 25, 24,
He'd
25.
be the senior
Except
on the
for
Oilers.
Bieksa. Bieksa's 35.
Yeah.
So.
He'd be the senior on the Oilers. He'd be like, guys, no, I know what I'm doing. I'm 23. Get out of here. Nugent, I don't know how you look like you're 13 still. Yet you're not. They named, I don't know if I don't know how to read. I searched for this, okay? Team North America named one assistant today, Vincent Trocheck. If you know who the captains are, other assistants are, please let me know. Because it literally only named one guy. They're
So
like, Vincent
Vincent-
Trocheck's an assistant.
But
And I'm
the
like,
captain
where's
is-
everyone else?
But isn't the captain Ekblad?
Did they name the captains?
I
If
thought
you
he was
know this,
captain
please
last
tell
year.
me. No,
Maybe
no,
not.
no. I'm North American. Like, under 23. By the way, I was reading like through
Trocheck?
Twitter. Their jerseys don't look terrible.
I
Don't-
saw them in person today.
Yeah,
They're okay.
don't like the Heather
Honestly,
type
though,
deal on
the Canada ones. Not
The
that-
Canada ones are
n-
pretty solid.
Not that nice when you see them in person.
Have you seen the Europe ones in person?
No.
Oh, that
Not
two,
very nice?
The two color ones don't look that good live. The ones that look the best, in my opinion, Finland. Oh,
Well, Finland always has nice
home
jerseys,
and
though.
away. Ooh, nice.
Finland always has nice jerseys.
USA ones kind of suck, but whatever. I was gonna say, though, I was reading a tweet, and someone's like, "Since when did the designer for Team North America really get into death metal? Because it's like an N and an A, it looks like a metal band." And then you know what I really like though, on the arm and on the crest, they have the 23 in Roman numerals.
Yeah,
Very
I saw
faint.
that,
Didn't
yes.
notice that the first time. Do you have it?
No, I'm currently on E, which is lower than 3G.
Hop on the Wi-Fi.
Interesting.
What?
Well, we can't say the Wi-Fi now. We're on the internet.
What's the?
I
Don't you say that,
personally
Patrick.
think this is interesting.
Go.
I'm going through what the teams are at for salary cap hits this year right now,
Okay.
and the Jets are actually the 8th lowest. They're not.
Who is
they're
the
not
lowest?
Who is the Carolina?
Coyotes, Oilers.
Wait, Coyotes are still dead last?
No.
Okay.
Carolina's dead last.
Jets are 8th last. I'm gonna go from
8th down.
from 8th to last.
Oh.
Arizona, Edmonton, Ottawa, Anaheim, which is surprising.
Wait,
Buffalo-
are we going from 22 to 30
Yes.
right now? Down. Okay.
Carolina's dead last.
Okay.
Calgary's second last.
And Calgary still has to sign Gaudreau and Monahan.
So they'll go up.
Anaheim still needs to sign Hampus Lindholm. And I believe a backup goalie.
Oh, Jets have to sign Trouba.
Yep.
They just signed J.C. Lapon 1 year, $650K, two-way. Not a hater on that contract
No.
at all.
No.
I don't think he's worth any more. So I mean,
He's going to be in the Moose all year.
So-
who cares?
ah, great. I'm going to Moose games. I like it.
Ready for the name game, guys?
The name game.
The name game. The Las Vegas name game.
Oh.
Have you heard what happened? They're not allowed to use the Black Knights name because there's already a team called the Knights. London Knights have exclusive rights to use the Knights.
In
and
North
they-
America.
In North America.
Shut that front
Really?
door.
That is what I've heard. If I am wrong, Matt, please correct me.
You know he will.
He will.
We will.
However, that is what I've
He's
read.
a real
and
life troll in person.
He is.
Yeah.
He's the worst.
He looks like one too. So.
Yeah. Well, he's so
fired.
fucking
Hey.
short.
All right, enough. We're referencing someone no one else.
No one
knows.
else knows.
You guys
Exactly.
are cruel.
So, in other words, from what I've read and heard, is the London Knights have exclusive rights to use the Knights. That is why they've gone to Nighthawks, Redhawks, Shithawks, Bluehawks,
Dude,
Orange
oh
Hawks.
my god, if they were the Shithawks though. Dude, their logo is Mr. Leahy! Mr. Leahy just Shithawks and shit ropes everywhere, Randy. Oh, the Shithawks are starting.
You know what I realized their name should be? Las Vegas Bandits.
Oh, and it'd be raccoons. With
No,
with
not raccoons.
eye covers, because eye covers totally cover your whole facial recognition.
No.
Man, CIA stuff, it would have been so easy to be a terrible person in like the 20s. Just cover your eyes and they're like, oh my god, where did Cameron go? I don't know. No, I haven't seen him around here. I don't know. And then go leave a room, come back, take the eye. Guys, I've been in there the whole time.
No one
That's
got
where my-
that reference at all.
Okay, like, what's that game? Sly Cooper? Cooper Sly?
Yes, I know who you're talking
Him.
about. Yeah.
Yes.
And he wore like the eye band, didn't he?
Fair enough. Yeah.
Damn,
So-
or it totally concealed the fact that there were human-sized Ninja Turtles perusing around New York City for a while because they're wearing eye bands over the fact
Yeah.
that they're fucking 10-foot turtles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
All right, anyways.
here's the question.
Just like how Superman puts on glasses and goes to work for the newspaper and no one knows who
Okay,
he
we
is.
went too much. Go,
God,
go.
pisses me off.
Let us have it.
Okay. Are you okay with Las Vegas naming their team Nighthawks, Redhawks, Bluehawks, Shithawks, whatever it is, with Hawks as the last word in the nickname?
I guess, but it's so overdone. And like because they're in such a niche market, bandits, gamblers, aces, it works so much better to your market.
Yeah.
Sinners.
And, like, take
they
it-
should be called the sinners.
Or the Sinners, like, well, no, do it like the Jets
They
did
never
in
would,
terms of
but-
like everyone knew Winnipeg, and you're like hockey Jets, and they're like fine. But even if it wasn't the Jets, allegedly one of the names were like the Polars. It's like play to your strengths, don't play to your weakness, or
Or the
play to
Blizzard
like.
or something like
like,
that.
No,
Yeah.
there's-
Have you ever been to Vegas?
There's going to be the Manitoba Polar Bears. That was what
We have them in Churchill in dumps.
But that's
You go
what
to the
that's
dumps.
what it was going to be until everyone heard that and they're like,
I don't want to be a fucking
No,
polar
because-
bear.
there was an outrage.
Dude, our chant could have been the greatest because I heard this. I've talked about this before on the podcast.
Let's go ahead.
Okay, Stanford University, their logo is a tree. I don't know what their team is called, but the most intimidating thing ever. If Stanford could get behind this, please do this. I don't think anyone from Stanford will ever listen to this, but if they do. Okay.
It's
we'll
a
show
really
someone.
smart podcast.
Yeah, for 100%.
It's totally Ivy League quality.
Yep.
We talk about
I'm
Harvard.
sure we could have like the thesaurus that sentence and made it sound better. I can't even
could've.
say that word. Anyways, hey,
Thorth.
so you cheer like mad when your football team runs out into the field. But when the other team gets introduced, everyone holds still like a tree and just go,
That's actually a thing.
no. They should. How scary would that be? 60,000 people holding still and just making wind blowing sounds? For Jets, we could have been for Polars. Everyone just like do rah, rah. But instead of doing just scratch, but then make your sound like rah, rah, whatever the fuck it would sound like. But everyone doing it, how scared would you be? You're like, oh my god, everyone is on. I don't know what kind of drug. I never
That's-
want to come back to Winnipeg.
That's almost as bad as your idea for the waffle gun.
I forgot about the waffle gun.
Every time Bufflin scores.
Oh yeah, shoot a waffle. Everyone gets waffle. That'd be awesome. I had waffles for supper today. Yeah, they were Eggos. I didn't make them homemade. And I couldn't find syrup, so I put crunchy peanut butter on.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We do know, however, the colors are going to be gold and black for the Las Vegas team.
I like how they get the pass. Didn't Jets or Winnipeg allegedly dabble with black and yellow or black and gold, and they were like, no, you can't have it. What the hell?
The old Winnipeg Falcons they were talking about.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, like, how come they got to, like, literally, like, they're like, nope, those are our colors.
Because
like,
Bettman decided to put a team in Las Vegas. He didn't want a team in Winnipeg
Oh,
again.
right. Because Phoenix is
Do you remember that press conference? You guys have to sell 13,000. That's a lot of tickets. I don't know. That's what he said.
I do remember. I like how he's, like, passively aggressive, like,
He's like, this is not going to work unless the building's filled every night.
So you guys better buy the tickets.
And like we sold out in droves. Nonetheless, actually, to talk about Gary Bettman just a little bit more, I believe a U.S. attorney right now is saying that the NHL should start getting behind concussions because Bettman has said there's no link between concussions and hockey. Or obviously I'm not fully
permanent
correct.
brain damage, or depression.
There's no link between CTE and
that's what
and injuries sustained in
hockey
by hockey, like fighting and concussions. But
he's denying it, and they're saying, no.
What he means is his guys haven't come back to him and said, yeah, we found some evidence. That's what he means, because the evidence is out there.
He just has to hire better people then. Because the evidence is clear. We're all on the same side. Every fan knows, unless you're old and don't get hockey anymore. This is a truth.
Unless your favorite hockey memory is Bobby Clark breaking Valerie Karlomov's ankle, you know that concussions and hockey are hand in hand.
If you haven't seen the movie Concussion, watch it because it's an eye-opener. Because it goes into detail about what went on with the whole NFL concussion scandal.
However, was still partly paid by the NFL, so it's not as eye-opening as it could have been.
But I have a book that dabbles on what actually went on, and it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, yeah. On that note of head injuries and fighters, 5-year anniversary of Rick Rippon's passing.
Today?
Or just yesterday.
That sucked. I remember that day when it happened, because, like, Rick Rippon, that was, like, maybe he might, no, with that team, hell yeah, I would have been on that team. But, he was just such a fan favorite, like, in Manitoba Moose, or everywhere he went, but, like, especially with the Moose. Like, man, I remember, maybe, like, I went to plenty of games with Dan, but, like, when Rippon stepped on the ice, like, you didn't expect goals or anything, but you knew, like, either someone's going to get hit, or he's going to mouth off, and it was the best.
He was our Brad Marchand.
Yeah. There you go.
Just not as talented.
Yeah.
But he was our guy.
He was the pest. He was the pest I never had.
Every organization has their guy.
Yeah. And he was our guy.
Yeah.
And so, obviously, so yesterday they were tweeting out, if you have any kind of, there's plenty of places you can call and phone if there's any, you having bad thoughts or anything like that. There's plenty of things out there. Everyone's just a phone call away. Don't hesitate. We talked about it for Bell Let's Talk. It's the same here now. There's plenty of outlets you have. Don't make killing yourself be one of those outlets.
Rich Kloon actually had a really good tweet a couple weeks ago, because he was in drug addiction and or maybe not drug addiction, but he had an addiction to something. And he just tweeted out, like, pretty bluntly, he's like, nothing will get better unless you seek help. He said, keeping it in is not doing anything. Yeah. You have to go get help. You have to. Don't be ashamed. Like, there's a stigma around, like, having depression and, like, oh, you're weak, you're frail. No, it's not like that anymore. Maybe back in the day in, like, the wonder years, where it's like, oh no, keep everything in. Emotions aren't real. Men go to work, women stay at home. It's not like that anymore at all. There's no shame in admitting that you need help at all. So yeah, most certainly, like, tell someone, because it will get better. It will. You just have to tell someone that. So.
That's fair. On a more interesting note, of course, news came out last week after the podcast, of course, because
I knew it. Good. I was hoping we were talking about
podcast. Always Because always,
Podcast Wednesdays. You know what's
Exactly.
going to happen. NHL news.
Patrick Roy steps down from the Colorado Avalanche head coaching and president of hockey operations.
And did you see Eric Johnson's quote about it? Or
No.
like, I'm paraphrasing. He's just like, "Oh, I loved you. I love Patrick Roy as a coach." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's because you can't play any systems, Eric Johnson. That's why."
That's because they're the only team that gave you a 6-year contract.
Travis Yost had a tremendous article today talking about the era that was Patrick Roy. For those who don't remember, his first year with the Colorado Avalanche, he brought the team winners of the Central Division. He got the Jack Adams Trophy for best coach in the NHL. Also had top 5 shooting percentage and goals against average. Remember that year of Semyon Varlamov where everyone's like, holy shit, he's
Oh, you
actually
remember
pretty
that
good.
year
Yeah,
for Colorado
but-
Avalanche?
Yeah.
But
And
they
they're
were
like,
also...
"We got a new coach, and he doesn't even care what we do."
But they were also the anomaly team that year that all of their advanced stats were terrible. And everyone's like, they're going to be terrible next year. Just like Calgary and Winnipeg.
Damn it! I knew he was going to say Calgary. I was like, "Oh, die!"
I watched the first game he ever coached, and he almost broke the glass in between the benches
Boudreaux.
trying to go at Boudreaux. So he was entertaining.
Most certainly entertaining. Obviously, won't be out of hockey long. Whether he's going to be back at the NHL level, but in the Travis Yost article, makes the argument saying, are they going to be better now without him? Because let's be honest, everyone has said time and time again, it was the same with Randy Carlyle, that this style doesn't necessarily work. Now, this is my own words. Is I think this is going to make the Colorado Avalanche better long term because. It was no secret that Patrick Roy wanted to change some of the young core into older players, guys like trading away Matt Duchene, or making some sort of move with that young core. But I think Joe Sakic picked that core and said, "This is my guys. These are them. I believe in them." So I don't know who's out there for coaches, but they need to find one.
I'm really curious why he stepped down. It's not often that a coach steps down before his contract's up.
The differences between where he wanted to see the team go and where Joe Sakic had the team.
Fair enough.
Like I
Must
said,
have been some pretty significant differences if he stepped down.
like I said, he wanted to see one of the core young guys leave, and that didn't happen.
And what does Patrick Roy do when he doesn't get his way?
He makes his own
leaves.
way.
He leaves Montreal.
Yeah. Which, plot twist, people have obviously been conspiring. Is that a word?
I don't know.
Conspiring?
Conspiring.
It doesn't matter.
Conspiring, there we go. That he's also heard that Michelle Therrien is on the hot seat and has a very short leash
Oh,
this
really?
year.
Oh, so we turned on a TV in the last 6 months. Good on you, Patty. Bravo.
Nonetheless, that he has a short leash, might be fired, and that might be where Patrick Roy goes. And let me let you know right now,
Oh, no,
if Patrick Roy goes to Montreal, that team is going to be more of a gong show than ever. Could you imagine, just for a second, Patrick Roy and Alex Radulov? I will pay for that television show.
Actually,
I want that TV
he
show.
coached Radulov in junior, and Radulov tore it up. You know why? They were both pissed drunk together.
Probably.
There you go.
Have you guys seen the video of Patrick Roy's son in junior when he flips out and
He's the goalie or the player?
the goalie
Where he skates across the ice?
and throws his equipment
Yep,
everywhere?
I have seen that one. Is that a tweeter? That's a tweeter.
Tweet it.
Okay.
Terrifying.
Tweet it.
My God.
Oh, jeez.
That is, it's definitely
curious,
a very,
but,
very interesting.
Yeah, who's out there for coaches?
I don't know. Cameron?
I'm drawing blank right now. Because, like,
Who's been hired recently?
No one of
went,
name.
Crawford, Guy Boucher.
Where did Boucher go?
Boucher is the head coach of Ottawa, and he brought Mark Crawford in as an assistant.
Yeah.
Or is Crawford with Boudreaux in Minnesota?
No. Right, Boudreaux.
And then
Because-
Mike Yeo went to
To
St.
St.
Louis
Louis.
as an assistant because
Because
he's
he's going
taking
to take
over for
next.
Hitchcock.
Yeah. Who went to
Not-
Anaheim?
guys,
Carl-
we're overlooking something. Claude Noel does not have a job right
He's
now.
a scout for the Devils.
I don't care. Make it happen.
That's why their team's 50 years old. Average age of player.
I don't care. Make it
Pop
happen.
lozenge, repeat.
Watch
Pop
it.
lozenge, repeat.
Watch
Make it happen.
Watch the Devils win, go to the final this year.
Wait.
I'm saying
Question.
it right now. Right now. Devils go to the finals and win. I will buy both of you fully customized, authentic Taylor Hall jerseys.
I don't want it.
Well, that's too bad. That's the bet. And you can't change it either. It's Taylor Hall.
It's on the internet now too.
Yeah.
Here's the other
It's
thing.
not happening.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
the best choice. He's the only choice.
Oh, you can find any player on the Devils. That's fine.
I'd
No,
pick Corey
no,
Schneider,
no.
though.
Taylor Hall, if it's Devils, Taylor
Wait,
Hall, that's okay.
no, we get two options.
Mark Savard.
No. No.
No.
Kincaid or
Matto. Or no, who's your guy? Who's your guy?
no, I'm just trying to
Keith
think of someone
Kincaid?
that's that useless.
Oh, no. For you, you're going to be Kincaid. Or your options, Taylor Hall and or Dan will be Kincaid. You can be Kyle Palmieri. Because clearly...
Why does he get a good player?
Because
He's not good!
He's clearly better than Kessel. How dare you?
30 goal scorer last year.
I don't give two shits or a fuck. Did you see what Kessel did in the playoffs? Playoffs?
I knew Palmieri right off. Come on!
He had to have said no. Nonetheless, let's move on because I'll just go insane. I'm already going there. I swear to God, my brain cells that I've lost from trying to fight for Phil Kessel, talking to walls. Literally, people are. It's like talking to a fucking wall when you're talking
I don't
about
think
Phil
Phil Kessel wants anyone to fight for him. You should just let it go.
You know what?
No, I'm fighting his battles.
I kind of
The
justify
bigger
that.
than he is, I'm fighting his battles.
He had to have said no because this is literally
Maybe
like
he's hurt.
once playoffs
Well,
started.
he did have hand surgery.
Once playoffs started, he's like, oh God, my offseason's pooched. I was really looking at playing those 18. There goes that at Pebble Beach.
Well, if he had hand surgery,
Yeah.
That's true.
He's also quite the
he,
player.
he might have just said no. I'm good.
So, just to follow up on last week, Demir Rispire, the KHL one-man goon squad.
We weren't done yet.
Oh, we're not
We're
done.
not done yet.
We're not done with who?
I was going to ask you a question because
Oh,
you might
I'm
know
sorry.
this.
I'm sorry.
Who is the Columbus Blue Jackets coach before Tortorella took over?
Oh, no.
Todd Richards. No.
I don't know. Is this a... Do you know?
No,
the-
I don't know. That's why I'm asking because he's probably the only legitimate candidate out there right
Did
now.
Tortorella get fired yet?
No.
He's still the
They,
coach.
He's still
they
the coach.
traded Johansson instead.
And got Seth Jones. They won that deal.
It's a fair deal for
they
both.
need D. They need D badly.
Oh, man.
That's an okay deal.
Who did they... Oh, yeah, and then they drove... Gonna regret that one forever, guys.
Not drafting Puljujärvi?
Every time
Drafting Dubois?
Puljujärvi gets a point, Kekalainen's going to just shed a single tear. Just a single.
What if
Because
like,
Philip Dubois is not making that team this year. No way does he make
what
that
if
team
Dubois like ends up being a better player?
Pierre
than
Luc
Puljujärvi?
Dubois, my bad.
What if he becomes a better player than Puljujärvi though?
Then I
Long
guess
term.
I'll eat my own rhetorical word.
You
My
should.
own
Cam will
words.
eat the tears. That
Drink
come out of
tears?
Yeah.
Drink tears.
Drink tears.
Drink the tears.
Sure, I'll drink my own tears.
He'll drink
They're
his own
salty.
tears.
Perfect.
Right.
Nonetheless.
that coach is available, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know who else is out there, to be honest.
You know what?
Horchek, but he's awful.
And then you go to junior. You look at junior coaches. So,
Yeah.
I mean, another coach that tested it out, didn't really do that good. But
Hunter?
Well,
Yeah.
Hunter. I'm thinking of Sutter. Brent Sutter, Red Deer.
I don't see that happening.
Yeah, he likes it too much over
Yeah.
there. They got a great team.
Ooh, wait. Who?
They got a great
Dallas
organization.
Eakins? Maybe.
Wait, what team were we thinking of? Colorado? God. Dallas, they can't because, hold on. Eakins, my guess is why they can, my opinion, why they wouldn't. Because he already had a high-flying Oilers team and he just obliterated that.
Maybe Joe Sakic will do double duty. Coach GM.
No, I don't see it. They need a guy that's going to come in and instill a system. Because let's be honest, Patrick Waugh didn't have a system. They need a guy that's going to be advanced stats, forward thinking, and really unlock the potential that Landeskog, McKinnon, Duchesne, that these guys hold, and bring guys out like Mikko Rantanen who are very solid players.
Who's on the TSN panel right now for coaches? Or
I don't think
ex-coaches?
anyone.
Who is the coach of the Vancouver Giants he coached a World Juniors
Claude
Cup
Noah.
here?
No, he
No,
knows
he
Steve
was,
Spott.
he
He stepped
was
down.
interim. Steve Spott has a job
With the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah, no.
I don't know who.
Don Hay? Is that?
That rings a bell. Nonetheless, I'm sure Colorado will fill that thing on a Wednesday after we film the podcast.
Tomorrow.
Potentially
If
tomorrow.
not next week.
No,
Guys, just think about
Trouba's
it.
getting signed tomorrow for like $48 million.
See, I have something even better. Evgeny Malkin's going to get traded tomorrow because that's just what's going to happen. Wednesdays, guys. And
Trouba's getting traded for Jenny Malkin.
Here we
Trouba
go.
for Malkin and Connor hires a coach at the same time.
yes, all on Wednesday at noon. But today, there was a big announcement coming from the Ottawa Senators, and I was excited. I was like, holy shit, something's going to happen. What would happen?
Big news.
I'm not gonna
yay!
lie. I was reading this yesterday. I'm like, they'll find a way to fuck this up.
And they did.
Hey, whoa, that's not nice towards what we're about to say.
What were we about to say, Cam?
Fine, you say what
Would
you're
you
about to
qualify
say.
this as a major hockey announcement?
This is
Oh, did
not
they
a
say
major
it was
hockey
major?
announcement.
Yeah.
It's a major hockey
"Quote
announcement.
unquote major hockey announcement."
And here I'm
Oh.
thinking, okay,
Captain.
well, they
No,
figured
they have one. I'm an idiot.
Blockbuster trade or retirement.
blockbuster trade or retirement, something important happened, or like
Team got sold. Something like that.
something that warrants major, not, well, we're going to celebrate Daniel Alfredson and retire his jersey December 29th.
Hold on, that's major to them because when you think of the Sens, you think of Daniel Alfredson.
No, I'm not. I understand that, but at the same time, you can hold a press conference and not get everybody's. Like, obviously, their marketing teamers are geniuses because everyone tuned in expecting this huge announcement. So they got the clicks, they got the likes, they got the views from either live stream or whatever it was. They got everything they needed out of it because they marketed it as it's August. No one else has anything else going on. So this major announcement was a big deal, even though it's a run-of-the-mill thing for most people. And by run-of-the-mill, I mean normally you have a press conference announcing it, and then it's going to be an awesome ceremony. I'm going to watch. It's important because he was the captain of the rival team that my favorite team played in the playoffs every year and beat.
Do they play the Toronto the night they're doing it?
No, Detroit, because he played for those two teams. Because remember that?
Oh yeah.
You know what's hilarious about that? Not hilarious,
Yeah.
really weird? That whole time happened during the podcast. Literally.
No,
remember?
year before.
No, oh,
13,
you sure?
14 is when he played.
Dang it, never mind.
Wow. Cool fun fact,
Tyson.
Tyke,
Tyson.
Tyke,
Joey. Thank you.
Frank,
Perfect.
Cam.
Can I, so,
Cam's line was about as memorable as Alfredson's year with the Red Wings.
Oh.
boom.
Our first year of podcast was about as memorable.
Hey, it was a growing period, and
was.
we got no better.
Nope. We only got worse, I think.
We regressed.
Yeah, we're getting backwards. Like, all our stats are like, yeah, before we're like, no, let's research it before. Now we're like, just do it on the fly. I can't find it. I can't find it. You know what?
We
It
used
was
to come
probably
with about
around
3
23
pages
to 30.
each of notes.
Yeah.
Now we come with half a page.
Now I rate half a page, and it's real quick ones.
Here's the thing, guys, is we can't be right all the time.
No.
But we can always be wrong with confidence.
Yeah.
Correct. Wrong
Which
with
is
confidence.
definitely t-shirts we have to get.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I want 8 of those. Because I think it'd be great. Yes, because I'm going to wear through them.
In different
Have you
colors.
seen my nipples? They're always hard. They wear through shirts quite easily.
Greg's always
That was a little too much information.
Greg's always at the ready to make like lemonade or orange juice.
He's ready to go.
He's
Oh,
ready to
they're-
go all
yeah,
the time.
exactly.
Okay, can I say my KHL news?
Yes.
Do it.
The KHL one-man goon squad. Demir Rispire, it's allegedly floating around that he's going to get 20 games as the benchmark.
Okay.
Man, would you do, if you were in the NHL and you got to do what he did, would you take the suspension? Like, if they told you you're getting 20 games, would you take it?
Yes.
Would you
Yeah.
walk around and just
Are you kidding me?
sucker punch
Yes.
5 guys? and a bench.
20
Well-
games, yeah.
What else do I got here? Yep, nope, that's all our notes.
I feel like I teased something else.
I wrote Jimmy Vesey, Alfie, KHL. You didn't even tease Patrick Ross.
Didn't know. Because it came out of nowhere. Like Patrick Waugh.
What?
What?
His quitting came out of nowhere.
Oh. Okay, I
Yeah,
got it. Yeah,
funny.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm
That's
picking
it.
up-
All right,
I'm
well,
picking
it's
up
been
where
Funny
you're
guy.
good.
Oh, no.
It's been a good week. That's it.
If you guys
Done.
had to predict...
Oh, wait, we have questions.
Okay, before we get there, if you had to predict what the actual name for the Las Vegas team is going to be, what would you pick? If
Yeah.
you're playing NHL 17 and you're deciding, okay, Las Vegas, what team or what logo / team name are you giving them?
That Bandits one's great, but I'll leave that for yours. I'm taking Aces.
That's a good one. Come back to me.
I'm Bandits, and I already have the entire thing designed and made out. I have it already designed because I decided to do it in NHL 16. I was like,
That's what you did on the
because
other night?
they have like the pre-done logos already.
Yeah.
So the bandit hat is black, then you have skin here, but then you have the eye Zorro thing, whatever,
Yeah.
like the mask thing that goes over the eyes, which is gold. Then the handkerchief that hangs down is gold. Inside the handkerchief, you have LV in black for Las Vegas. And then you have, and that's pretty much the design.
That's pretty good.
I kind of hope they go off the board with something stupid.
Go.
Like,
Shithawks.
No, like call them the Las Vegas Strip or like the Las Vegas Slots. Something just stupid. I really hope they do it.
But no, like, I think it could be a cool design with the bandits. I think it'd be neat.
Hookers.
Hookers.
Vegas hookers.
Okay, if you had to...
My ideal name is okay. If I was running the team,
Landing strip. No, their arena's called the landing strip.
They're running.
Their arena's called the landing strip.
This is a family podcast.
No,
You
it's
know
not.
that.
We're explicit for a reason.
I know, because that's what I'm laughing at.
Oh.
Stripping of a bloody strip.
We're way too immature for this.
the peelers.
The peeler.
I love the landing strip as the home. Home of the landing strip. Ah, it's deemed T-Mobile Arena is the landing strip.
Today I was bored at work, of course, because...
Naturally.
It's work.
Okay.
Because if this was a job, I could never be bored. Nonetheless.
There you go.
I read Down Goes Brown's article for today, which was 30 obscure things from each arena's Wikipedia page.
Okay.
So, obviously wrote about all 30 teams and just kind of the interesting ones. And I'll just talk about some of the interesting ones, like the New Jersey Devils arena, where Steven Stamkos had a 2-goal night on 2 different nights during the same game. Because they played on a Friday and had to postpone that game till this Sunday. And he had 1 goal on the Friday and 1 goal on the Sunday.
When did that happen?
Okay.
Back in like 2013 or 2010.
So they played like half a game and then finished it?
You know what? I think that was... Didn't someone collapse or something?
No, Rich Peverly was Dallas. That's a different game.
And they kept playing that game.
Yes. I'm going to try to...
Okay, either way, what's more? What's more?
Obviously, ours for Winnipeg was adding press boxes and doing a couple other like NHL things like the glass and whatnot. And then
That's the weirdest thing that happened in our arena?
Yeah, nothing.
Well, no, because we did it.
We put a press box
the
in.
first year. Well, but it was like you could... When you come look at the MTS Center, you're like, that wasn't in the original designs. Like, it sticks out bad. Like, when you're in the
How
last
you walk
row...
in now and the Videotron's like the size of the whole arena,
When
you're like, what the
When you're in the last row on the upper deck on the press box side, can you see the ice?
Yeah.
Or
Oh, yeah.
you can't see the Jumbotron? No way. Not all of it.
I don't know if you can see the
I don't
Jumbotron,
know.
but you can. You can
I gotta
definitely
walk
see the
over
ice.
there. I'll walk over there and see.
You
I'll
guys
look.
will like this because you guys are WWE fans.
Okay.
In the Bell Center for the Montreal Canadiens. The most infamous event that took place at the arena was Survivor Series 1997.
Montreal Screwjob.
During which the well-known Montreal Screwjob incident occurred.
Yep.
This, of course, a reference to the Bret Hart incident, one in which the WWE outraged its loyal fans by shockingly parting ways with a talented and beloved superstar due to concerns about his contract and failure to get along with management.
Yep.
Luckily, everyone learned a valuable lesson, and nobody in Montreal has ever made that mistake again.
They did it.
The lesson, don't fuck with Vince McMahon.
Yep.
Because he will fuck you back.
Live TV.
My favorite one, though.
Wait, speaking of, someone tweeted at us, I forget who it was, saying, hey, do you guys watch wrestling? And then they followed up with, do you watch Lucha Underground? Dan, do you watch Lucha Underground?
I've heard of it. I'm familiar with it, but I haven't got around to watching it because I don't really have
Yeah.
an outlet to watch. Like,
I
in
haven't
Canada
watched it.
here, we don't really get a channel to
Yeah,
watch.
I haven't watched it, but I've watched like the promos and stuff because they're really good on social media. It's like theatrical wrestling. It's more of like the promo part as opposed to wrestling. Wrestling's fantastic.
And
though.
they do it as like a season almost.
Yeah,
like
it's
a
really
TV
cool.
Season.
It's really
different.
cool.
It's-
Okay, so before we get to the comment, last one that I want to read because it's absolutely hilarious. TD Garden for the Boston Bruins. The Fleet Center also made private arrangements with a few companies for one-day naming rights and offered one day's rights in employee raffle. Kerry Conrad, a New York City lawyer and Yankees fan, won naming rights for March 1st with a bid of $2,300. He proposed the name be the Derek Jeter Center.
For one day.
For one day.
Okay.
That is some fantastic trolling right there, writes Down Goes Brown. Really hits the entire city right where it hurts. That'd be like naming the rink in Buffalo the Wide Right Arena, or the rink in Chicago the Steve Bartman Center, or calling the rink in Edmonton the home of the Edmonton Oilers.
Oh, nice. Okay, real quick question. If Vegas wasn't in Vegas, where do you want it to be? Name a
Quebec.
place.
Yeah.
I'm saying Seattle.
Seattle,
those are my
Quebec
top
or
two.
Seattle?
Seattle would be cool, but Canada deserves.
Yeah.
I think Quebec, Seattle, or Kansas City, all better cities than those.
Atlanta.
Done. Atlanta had their chance.
I don't care. Bring it back round 3. Let's do it.
Actually, they should put it inside the Georgia Dome so we can all enjoy $10 meals that get us soft drinks, hot dogs, chips for 3 of us.
Or $100 parking.
Yeah. Did you see that for the
LA
LA
Rams, $100 for parking.
I saw 80.
80.
Well, I saw one that was 100.
80, and it's still
$80 out of
10 blocks away.
Suddenly paying $15 for a Jets game's not so bad.
I'll still
Put it
be
all in
like,
perspective.
15 Canadian.
Hey guys,
Canadian.
you know how to keep a team somewhere? You don't rake them up the ass every time they
but
want to go to a game.
Everybody that goes to the Kings games are like celebrities pretty much. So.
But think about it. LA Rams, that's 60,000 people.
You assume they're going to sell out.
But no, here's the other thing. Okay, let's just say the average ticket price is $100. Then you're paying $80 for parking. Then on top of that, you're drinking. It's like a $300-$400 night.
Well, yeah, their hot dogs aren't Georgia Dome prices.
No.
America.
Now, granted, I spent $250 to go watch a Packers game last year, but damn well that was a great $250 I spent. Plus, I only spent probably
And
$50
you're
at the
watching
game.
a quality team play.
I'm not watching the Rams play with a questionable quarterback.
Who is
Who
the
got
quarterback?
hurt? Yeah,
So they
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
They cut Foles.
Foles again.
Oh no, it was
Jared
Wentz who went down.
What? I don't know.
Okay, we're off. We got to close it.
Check out the podcast wherever you get podcasts, whether that's at the iTunes store or the iTunes podcast app or Google Play. We are in both those places, so check those out. If you want to watch the video version of this podcast, it is on YouTube. There is no video, actually. It's just the audio. But
It's a video
on
of
YouTube.
audio.
And it's a totally purchased picture. I really hope that person never finds that image.
Full credit goes to the person that took that picture. Also, check us out on Twitter at LastManNPC. If you want to ask a question on the show, comment on YouTube or tweet at us. Also, check us out on Gmail at lastmanNPC@gmail.com. There we go. I fulfill my rights and obligations to say Suicide Squad was the bomb.
Nailed it.